hello everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, January 16th. I'm Michael Taylor. Thanks for joining us. Have you done any New Year's cleaning? Have you cleaned out your house a little bit, cleaned up from the holidays and all kind of fun stuff? Well, Village Management Services on today's show with Siobhan Foster. She's going to talk about some of the housekeeping weekend they can help us out with and some of the service that VMS is providing for the residents here in the village. We're going to be talking about that and much more with her. Right now, though, let's stay informed. We've got another thing you can do. Are you techie or are you non-techie? We got some helpful technology classes that are available in the Bob Sellers PC Club and the Learning Center on the third floor of the Community Center. They're going to be going on January 17th, and they're going to kind of walk you through a lot of the things that some of the villagers here have a little bit of a challenge with, some of our residents. Dwelling Live Guest Pass Portal, Performing Arts Center Ticket Portal, Resident Portal for work orders, HOA assessments, and more, rec apps. So if you're having any kind of challenges or you really want to get a little bit more in tune with how all those things work and get them on your phone, we can make that happen for you. Make sure you register at www.thepcclub.org, and that is going to be going on tomorrow again at 1 o'clock over here in the community center. So make sure you get signed up for that one. All right, let's take a look at our weather outside. It's a pretty nice day out there. We got some morning clouds going on, but otherwise it's going to be nice. Partly cloudy for the day. We're basically in the 60s. Our warmest day of the week this week is going to be Thursday. That's only going to get up to 68. Then we start another cool off and clouds start moving in on Saturday, and it looks like we're going to have maybe some evening showers. Looks like Sunday and Monday also going to be a little bit wet out there. So enjoy the weather and the good weather while we can. High is going to be Thursday, 68. I'm not saying go to the beach. I'm just saying it's going to be our warmest day of the week. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset while we're at it. We have a beautiful picture here from Ben Givens. Really great little sunset shot here with the American flag there. Can't do any better than that. Our sunrise this morning was 6:54. Sunset tonight, days are getting a little longer, 5:06. If you'd like to send us a photo, we'd love to use it in our Sunrise Sunset segment. You can send us sunrises, sunsets, pets, places, wherever you might want to go, vacation you recently took, or any picture around the village. We love them all. Send them to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. Make sure you include your name like Ben did and where you took the photo, and we will use it on our Sunrise Sunset segment. All right, we got one meeting to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be getting an update from Village Management Services. Stay with us.
Adapt to it, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to it has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to it sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
At Harvard Eye Associates,
we are committed to your vision care
and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly.
Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology.
We deliver what matters to you
and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Welcome back. Time to talk now with Village Management Services CEO Siobhan Foster. Thanks again for joining us, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my pleasure.
This is the time of year where kind of people start cleaning out and doing a lot of stuff, and all the Amazon boxes may have stacked up from all the deliveries from Christmas. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the services that we have here at in the village to kind of get rid of those boxes. And one of the big things is breaking down cardboard boxes, right? It seems simple enough.
That's correct. So cardboard and paper make up the largest segment of the waste stream, even though they're recyclable. So we ask our residents to please break the boxes down and place them in the recycling bins. This not only is environmentally friendly,
Right.
it makes room for your fellow neighbors who also have those boxes from the holiday season.
The more we break them down, the more room is going to be in the bin for everybody. And you know, I guess one of the challenges I would imagine in the village and with every community is that more and more people are getting those deliveries to their homes. So there are more and more boxes than there ever were before,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just a great reminder with the holiday season just passing to please break down those boxes and make room for everybody.
Okay, terrific. Another one that we want to talk about is some bulky items. Maybe, again, the clean out, the New Year's clean out going on, and there are bulky items that people want to get rid of. What's the best way for residents to approach that?
The best way to do that is to take advantage of the weekly collection of bulky items that's offered by CR&R, the city's refuse hauler. Please place these items by your shared trash enclosure or on the curb where your personal trash carts go, either the night before, after 7 p.m., or certainly by 8 a.m. on collection day. Again, these are collected weekly. And then car parts, construction, and demolition debris and hazardous waste are not included as part of that collection. And anything that is too big to be loaded into a vehicle by 2 people will not be collected.
Okay. Now, I know one of the challenges that I've seen in some areas is that sometimes people just put a bulky item over by the bins or something like that and leave it there and expect, well, somebody will take care of that. That really actually kind of is a bad impact on the community, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that. Want to make sure we're doing that and then contacting the CR&R if there's any questions about the best way to do that.
Yes,
right?
and I do want to note that from January to November of last year, 62% of all the bulky items placed out in this community were recycled.
Okay.
So that's another benefit of taking
Wow.
advantage of this weekly service.
Wow, that's terrific. So there's also that recycling. So now we're all kind of being very environmentally friendly and kind of looking ahead and making sure that we're taking care of it in the proper way in terms of disposal, right?
Yes.
How about hazardous waste in the household? That is a kind of a big deal, right? Some old chemicals and things like that, paints and things like that,
Sure.
that really need to be disposed properly, right? That's not something we throw in the trash bin.
Right, and we're fortunate in that the city has a contract with WM Curbside, and they come directly to your residence to collect those items for free. You simply need to make arrangements with WM Curbside, and they can be reached by the number on the screen, which is 800-449-7587. Residents may also drop off medication at local pharmacies, and you can visit med-project.org for more information on that. And lastly, residents can drop off their sharps, their used needles, at Laguna Woods City Hall for proper collection.
Okay, yeah. So there are a lot of needs in a community like this that maybe aren't as common in other communities in terms of retirement community with the meds, and especially like the sharps with the people who are diabetes medication or other kind of medications that are injectable. That's an important one because that can be, again, one of those things that you just don't want to throw those in the trash bin.
Right. So
Right.
we're fortunate there.
Right. It's great that we have those services around here. Let's talk a little bit about shredding documents. I know people get a little maybe overly concerned about shredding their documents. I don't know how many people are doing the dumpster dives, but it's a real concern, right, for that. So what do we do in terms of documents? What services are available there?
Sure. Again, we go to the city for this service. Free document shredding services are available at the Laguna Woods City Hall. You may schedule your appointment by visiting the city website and clicking on the blue arranged document shredding icon, or calling City Hall at 949-639-0500.
And when people go down there, they need to make sure they bring their ID, right? Because it's for residents that are paying for these services already. Right?
That is correct, and you're limited to the equivalent of 3 13-gallon kitchen trash bags full of documents for each appointment.
Wow, I hope I don't have that many documents in my life, but it's, it happens, and they build up after a while, old tax returns and things like that, I
Yes.
suppose. Also garden clippings, this is the time where kind of everybody's pruning back and cutting back and getting ready for spring, and the clippings can kind of pile up. What are some of the services that people need to be aware of there?
Sure. Our landscaping services department offers a weekly gardens clipping pickup. That takes place on Fridays. So we ask that you place your clippings close to the curb in a single pile. You call or email resident services by noon on Thursday for pickup the following Friday morning. And if requests are received after noon on Thursday, they'll be picked up as quickly as possible, but they may not be on that Friday schedule.
So it might have to wait a week or so like that, but it'll get picked up. Hopefully
Yes.
it isn't too big a deal, right?
Correct.
So where do we go how do we know where to go and find all of these services? And
Sure.
Is there a one-stop shop we can go to?
There is. We have something that's called Know What Goes Where, and you can see this on the city's website on the address listed before you. It's cityoflagunawoods.org/LWV Waste Services, and cityoflagunawoods.org/LWV Organics. And this provides information on organic waste recycling, the items that can and cannot be placed in recycling containers, and more.
Now, how close do you guys work with the city in terms of helping coordinate these things and getting these backslashes kind of things in there just for Laguna Woods residents?
We work very closely because, again, the city manages the contract with CR&R, so our general services department is in regular contact.
Okay, terrific. It sounds like a great connection there.
Yes.
Let's keep the good work going. January and November, village residents diverted almost 135 tons of organic material from landfills. That's a really big number, and that's great that it's not going to the landfills.
That's huge, and we want to mention that CR&R has a new state-of-the-art anaerobic digester facility in Paris
That's an easy thing to say.
I know. And so the village's food and yard waste and compostable materials are made into renewable natural gas and organic fertilizer.
Okay, wow, that's terrific. And we have a picture of that on the next slide, I think, of there out in Paris, California, the anaerobic digestion facility, I guess.
Yes.
And it turns into organic material. They're making natural gas out of it. That's kind of a great way for everybody to be able to recycle and reuse those organics that we're producing here, right?
Absolutely, and then they use that to fuel their fleet of refuse vehicles, which is kind of neat.
That's great. So goes right into the trucks and all the pickups that we're using, and it just keeps that kind of circle going.
Right.
Raw materials to manufacturers, and what you guys do in terms of you have these new low-profile bin update we want to talk about.
Yes. So when the new bins were installed, when they took over the contract, CR&R, they were a little bit higher than the previous company's bins.
Okay.
So they've been working with the village very collaboratively to reduce the height of those bins where it's problematic.
And what was the challenge there? So folks just couldn't get their...
It's just tough to get everything up and over, so to speak. They're doing this out of their partnership with us. It's not required in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone needs a low-profile bin in their area, we ask that you report it to CR&R.
Okay.
They're exchanging about 8 per month, again, out of their own good volition. And right now, about 42% of the bins in the community have been exchanged.
So if it hasn't been done yet, it's coming. And if you want to check in and make that request to make sure it's coming, there's the way to do that on
Yes, please.
the phone number and the website there. Again, it's not one of those things that's required, so people should be nice when you make that
patient.
call.
Yeah. And be patient.
And be patient.
Yes.
It is coming, but we're getting it back to the way it was. Social services in this community are very important. When people maybe first retire, they're active, they're on the go, and those kinds of things. And then as an aging community goes, that can slow down, and sometimes there's a need for social services. Can you kind of highlight some of the things that we provide here?
Certainly, and especially coming out of the holiday season, January
Right.
is always a busy month. Social services is available to anyone by calling 949-597-4267. This is a completely confidential service, or you can stop in the community center in the first floor office to social services. Mm-hmm. They offer an array of confidential services, including comprehensive in-home assessments, resources and referrals connecting residents to community programs and services such as caregiver services, meal delivery, mental health programs. They offer support groups including bereavement, healthy aging, anxiety and mindfulness. Mm-hmm. They also help with short and long-term care planning. offer short-term counseling services and referrals to longer-term counseling services as needed.
I think sometimes that's one of maybe the hardest things for people to do is to reach out, right? And say,
Yes.
and now that if they know there's a place that actually is just waiting for that call or waiting for that stop, and that can make it easier to say, maybe I need an assessment or I need some help here. I'm not as active, I'm not as mobile as I used to be.
Right, and those services are immediately accessible, which is great, and again,
Right.
free of charge.
Yeah, terrific. It's an amazing service that they provide, and it's make sure people are taking advantage of that. Confidential social services are also are offered in terms of short-term and long-term care planning, right? And so when people make that jump, they say, okay, I might need some extra help here. There's a space for them to go to, right?
Correct. And then there are, again, counseling services, social isolation prevention, which we partner with the Council on Aging.
Yeah, and that's a real challenge too, because people sometimes when they lose loved ones or lose a spouse especially, they feel so isolated, and these services are really something I think that can really help in terms of the long-term mental health and well-being of the residents here in the community.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about falls. One of the things that can take someone from an active senior to a mobility challenge senior is a fall, breaking a hip, and suddenly they're just not the person they were before. So
Right.
we have a mobility and stability class coming up.
Sure. We have a new partnership among Recreation and Special Events Foundation of Laguna Woods Village and Memorial Care to offer mobility and stability classes, as you mentioned. These are taking place February 7th, 14th, and 21st from 2:30 to 3:30 in Clubhouse 2. We ask that everyone please register at the Clubhouse 2 office or the Recreation office, and participants must attend all 3 classes.
No, we actually, when I was working at Chapman University years ago, there was a study about mobility, and that was one of the things that they talked about was that the falls are probably one of the biggest things that can be a determiner of whether someone is going to be needing support and services for the rest of their retirement or the rest of their life or not. So it's a really great class, and I'm really glad to hear we were offering that over here at the Village, so make sure we take advantage of that. If you're starting to feel a little wobbly in life, it's time to go over and make sure that maybe there's some things you can do to prevent that. And that's one of the clubhouses, and speaking of clubhouses, Clubhouse 1,
Yes.
major renovation coming there, and I can't believe it hasn't been updated since major update since it was built back in the 60s.
That is correct, and this project was recently approved by the GRF Board of Directors. Again, it's the first substantial rehabilitation of Clubhouse 1 since 1964. Clubhouse 1 is a 41,000 square foot community landmark, and it hosts a wide array of recreation and social activities.
It is the one, so it's about time to get a little facelift over there. So it's
Yeah.
going to take some time, so people need to be a little patient in terms of being able to use and access everything for a little while.
That is correct.
Yeah.
On the screen before you, if we flip to the next slide,
Yeah, the next
is the
page
scope
here
of
takes a little bit about that.
is the scope of work. It includes updates to the interior flooring, wall coverings, electrical, lighting fixtures, and this is taking place within most of the clubhouse buildings. The project also includes window and door replacement and painting of the exterior stucco.
This is going to be a mind our dust sign for a little while, it sounds like. But it sounds like it's going to be amazing when it comes out. It's going to really be freshened up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so in terms of the schedule, the clubhouse is going to be closed for 6 months beginning in March 2024, so just around the corner. This access restriction is expected to save about $100,000 in costs and limit exposures to issues such as risk navigating a construction zone,
Yes.
exposure to construction noise and dust, constant accessibility changes to the facility, electrical and water disruptions, and limited parking while contractors stage equipment.
Right, and
so
of course,
forth.
all the activities that happen in there are a lot of people working in there, and people are going to there for services and activities. How are those all being relocated, and how's that happening?
So recreation and special events are taking all possible measures to relocate those events. Over the next several weeks, staff is adjusting scheduling and contacting all the impacted users. The department really requests cooperation, please, though, and waiting to be contacted because they're working through their process, and if they're interrupted, that just slows things down. The Village Library and the Laguna Woods History Center will remain open at all times during that construction with parking behind the library building. And if anyone's interested in the scope of work, it's available for viewing in the Clubhouse 1 office.
Okay, well, there we go. Good information there. Now, I came into the building the other day, and I thought maybe we'd been robbed. All the artwork was off the walls. There's a great art heist going on, but no, that's not what happened, right? Laguna Wood Art Association is actually involved in all this.
Yes, so every year there's a new art show, and they loan us their beautiful artwork for our walls, and it's just the transition period. The new pieces will be installed by the end of the month. And this is just a great project and a great collaboration because it brings such joy to everyone who works or comes to the community center building.
Yeah, the art is beautiful. I really like seeing it, and I miss it, so I can't wait for the next hangings that are going to go on as well. So that should be fun. All right, well, gosh, that's it. Let's stop there.
Sounds good.
It's been a lot of stuff. Siobhan Foster, CEO of Village Management Services, thank you so much for joining us, and Happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next. For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything. It's even better than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
O'Connor Mortuary has been healing hearts, inspiring trust, and comforting souls since 1898. As one of the oldest family-owned and operated mortuaries in California, we are proud to be a long-standing pillar in the community. Our unwavering commitment to providing support in a time of need is what sets us apart and allows us to build strong bonds with each family we serve. Thank you for choosing us for 125 years.
You know, you would think with all the information we talked about with Siobhan, we'd have nothing left to announce, but that's not so true. Campaign season really kicked off last night, right, in Iowa, the first primary of the year, and we have our own fun stuff going on right here. We have the Democratic Club is going to be hosting some candidates over today. It's tonight, 7 p.m. At Clubhouse 2 in the main lounge there, and you can meet some of the candidates for Senate and Assembly and Congress as well, and it is open to, it is free to all, by the way. You just don't have to be a member of the club to go over there. You can go over there and enjoy seeing them, meeting them, talking, asking them some questions. So it should be a good event for folks who want to get to know the candidates that are running in local and statewide races. We also have some fun for you. Jimmy Buffett, or Buffet, or however you want to call him, they got a tribute band coming up. It's going to be this Thursday, January 18th. It's going to be 7:30 at the Performing Arts Center. And these guys are supposed to be amazing. I've actually been featured on a lot of TV shows and a lot of morning shows. We've seen some clips. We had the Boomers Club in here recently where they were talking about this one. So make sure you get tickets if they're still available even. Make sure you get those tickets over at the Performing Arts Center. Go to the website and order them. And it should be a great show. It should be a great tribute band. The music kind of lives on, and we certainly appreciate those tribute bands that are out there. Okay, one more we want to talk to you about, the Astronomy Club. They're going to be meeting at 7 p.m. on the 17th at Clubhouse 1, and samples from Mars. Guest speaker is going to be Michael Bouchard, and he is from NASA, and so he's going to be talking to us about like the samples they're taking from Mars, what they're learning from those samples. Is there life? Was there ever life? I don't think anything like that little goblin ever lived on Mars, but it might have been. So we'll find out what he has to say about the samples that we're learning from Mars and all the explorers that they have up there. All right, let's take a quick check of the weather before we head out for the day. It is going to be a kind of nice day for today. We have partly cloudy skies and mid-60s. The warmest day of the week and mostly sunny is going to be on Thursday. That's going to be the day to really get out there and enjoy the day. Maybe play some golf, a stroll at the beach, walk on one of the many trails we have here in Laguna Woods Village. And be sure to get that exercise in because starting Saturday, clouds are going to move in and we're going to start seeing some showers on Saturday, probably Sunday as well, and then rain and thunderstorm on Monday. So enjoy the weather while we can. It's going to be getting a little dreary as we head into the weekend. Tomorrow on the show, we got the India Club and the Bridge Club are going to be here, so stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Do you have cavities, broken or missing teeth, tooth pain, or other dental problems? These issues can create more problems than you think, including affecting your overall health. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Loberg Dental today and your first exam and set of x-rays is free without insurance. It's a great way for you to experience our high-quality level of patient care while saving money too. Visit drloberg.com to schedule your free exam and x-rays today.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.